Hello and welcome back to everyone that has been following this series. For anyone that's new to my channel and doesn't know who I am, well, my name is Jutin Al Ahmed and I've been conducting research by investing £100 or equivalent into Bitcoin since May 2024. The research is based upon what would happen if I invested £100 or equivalent into Bitcoin rather than the norm that society does, which is investing into a pension pot. Well, do watch my introductory video from May 2024 to gain a better understanding of the research that is currently being conducted. Anyways, let's not further delay and let's see what's happening to my Bitcoin investment. Has it gone up or has it gone down? Let's find out. Just before we jump in, just a quick disclaimer. I, Jutin Al Ahmed J bin Zala, I am no tax advisor, no legal advisor, no financial advisor, no registered advisor, no such thing. So do your own research. Yeah, let's get straight into it. Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of this DCA. It's been an interesting month, hasn't it? Let's go straight into the purchasing stuff. I just want to quickly mention on this this month, because there's such a huge dip. I love dips. Yes, this is a DCA. However, I did pause the normal payment that would have happened on the 4th, and I bought in just before the 4th, just because it was such a huge dip, and I got to buy the dip. So I thought, you know what, let me just do that. Even though there was 1,000 sats difference of loss of the 127 of the fee, well, there's a lot more that was accumulated. Unless it goes down by the 4th and I made a mistake, it doesn't matter. I just felt like buying it. But what I am showing you right now are screenshots of month 19. So it's not the actual strike count. This was on the day just before I made the purchase and stuff. So anyways, 864,584 sats is what we have on strike. The purchase amount was 125,500 sats, which was made in November, the beginning of November for month 19, and that was at £79,681.27. As you can see, it gave 125,000 sats, 125,500 with no fee, right? But what's actually interesting is the fact that there was such a huge dip. If that was at 79,000 and we saw the dip to go around to 59,000, you can see how much more sats was accumulated. I buzz over every sat. As we know, this is a 10-year DCA project. Every sat does really matter, if I be honest, because we're going to see how much is accumulated over the years. Anywho, if we add that all up, so I had 2,110,724 sats plus the 864,548 sats. That makes 2,975,272 satoshis that is being hodled right now. I am not going to show you the other part because that's going to come in next month's video, because you'll see what's actually happened, and it does make me happy. If you guys already know, I'm trying to accumulate at least 0.1 Bitcoin through this 10-year DCA. I thought that might be a bit tough. I don't know. I think we might. I personally will get to around 0.7 Bitcoin. So 0.07 Bitcoin, because over the years it's just going to fluctuate, right? But let's see. We're getting bear market vibes right now. Anyways, let's move on. Let's go on to the analysis of what was actually purchased and stuff like this. So if I just put it here quickly, just so you know, there's been £1,900 in total that's been invested so far. That means month 19. Right now we're at 7% profit, 7.96%. Last month we were at what, like 35 or 40%, something like that, 25%. So that's pretty crazy, right? The difference and the fluctuation. But we're still up right now, which is great. Anywho, let's see how much we actually bought. So the average purchase price is at £63,839.03. So if it goes below that much, we're in loss. Does that matter? No, because we want it to. Well, personally, I think it's great if it goes below that, because we can then accumulate more sats, and that's the goal, isn't it? Anyways, we're hodling 2,051 pounds in fiat. As I've already said, these are the purchases that are made, and you just get a nice bird's eye view here. There's obviously no realized gains there. Cool. Let's just check the last 30 days. Wow. So £1,900 in the beginning of November would have been 2,492, but on the 21st of November, literally a week ago, it would have been 1,800, so we would have been at a loss. Over the 90-day period, 2,700. That's insane, right? If we go, that's nearly yeah. What, another £800 up, basically £865. That's really good in my opinion. Obviously, you tell me what you think. Just so you're aware, this is my primal, so please do follow me on this. It's part of the Nostra protocol. Do check my other video to understand what that is. It's basically decentralized, a decentralized social media platform. It is late right now, right? As you probably already saw, it's actually pretty late because I've just been so super busy, and I'm literally filming this, gonna edit it and then upload it for you all to get this out to you, just so we have this on record. So let's just quickly go over the Bitcoin monthly returns. November 16.68% down. We literally have 2 hours and 18 minutes before we're in December. Yeah, this is the 30th of November today. So literally we're going to be ending in a red candle. Now, the speculation that isn't going to boom in December like 2017, 2021 was down again. That's insane. And then it was up at 2023. I've already said this in my previous videos. I personally think we're going into a bear market. I know you don't want to hear that. You are not bullish enough. If you don't zoom out, you won't understand that. But I personally said that I think we're going in a bear market. But at the end of the day, nobody knows. We could potentially go up in December and then somehow January as well. That would cause a bit of oddness in the whole cycle of things. However, it can go up. I personally think that we're going into a bear market, okay? Because it's down in November. I was thinking that it might go up this month and December up. That's my hopium. But at the end of the day, this just looks like a bear market trend to me. And I've already said in my previous, the last video, I've sold 95%, but this time I've sold 100%. I've already sold 100% of my assets that I wanted to sell. I don't sell Bitcoin. Bitcoin I only accumulate, but I'm talking about other stuff because the whole market trend, I feel like it's going into a bear. I always buy in the bears and sell at the bulls, or try hit the top, right? Does that ever happen? No, but any time between then is great. Anywho, crypto bubbles, we're just quickly having a look at this yearly. Yeah, these are all crap coins. We don't really care about these, do we? I wouldn't ever recommend investing in these. Bitcoin only. You guys can see my portfolio on my website and everything. Obviously, I do have other projects which I'm interested in. I don't care about wasting money on those. That's all it is. But if obviously Bitcoin is the go-to, it's the main creme de la creme, as they say, because Bitcoin is basically where my money's at. Anywho, let's go on to Trading View just to quickly see. Look at that candle. That's disgusting. It went down to $80,000. It's at 91. It's fluctuating a bit. How that looks like a bear to me. That just looks like a bear market to me. Let's just quickly. Yeah, it's hit the top. If it hits the top again, it might go to what, 136. I was thinking it potentially might go to 300k just to spike, and if it broke this resistance here, it might create some new, I don't know, super. I'm not saying super cycle, okay? I don't agree with the super cycle nonsense that people feed off. However, this to me just looks like a bear market. Let's go over what happened over the last month, shall we? So, there has been obviously this dip that's happened. There's not been any major news that I'm aware of. I believe Elon Musk said something that, you know how he always says stuff and then stocks and stuff go up and down. There's not really been any war talks that I'm aware of. To be fair, this whole month there's been more outflow on IBIT. So if you know what IBIT is, there's been more outflow of people selling. However, if you look across the lines, more whales have been buying the dip. That's why it's probably shot back up. When I say shot, it's only at 91. Let's not forget it was at 126,000 or something. That's already what, 30k down or 25k, yeah, 35k down, right? Dollars. I personally think it's going into a bear market. Do I recommend that you sell all your Bitcoin and stuff? There's no financial advice or anything here. I don't ever say that you should sell Bitcoin, but if you were just investing just to sell it, you're probably looking at it the wrong way anyway. You really need to try and study Bitcoin to understand why you should be hodling Bitcoin forever, because it's even get to the stage that you can take out other, put your Bitcoin for collateral and take out money for your Bitcoin. When I say money, I mean like fiat, where you can just use now. There's an interesting thing actually. We're so early to Bitcoin, right? Because I was just speaking to somebody the other day, and they were just saying to me that there were some market trends that they were trying to look at regarding crypto assets and like Bitcoin and then all these other crap coins. There's a lot of stuff that people are just looking into for meme coins because people just want to make money, and it's basically a casino for them. Sorry, I had to cut there. I had a huge sneeze. Anywho, yes, it's just a casino for everybody to be in these meme coins, and that's what the trend is. We're so early to Bitcoin still because people still can't comprehend in their mind what Bitcoin can do and the fact that that's real money. To the extent, I went to Costco today because I just wanted to buy a few things, bought a new sound system. You know, it's everything's on offer, so I thought I might as well make some use of that. But anywho, I went there and Square was there. Square, the terminal people, the ones that you go to the point of sale. We know that Jack Dorsey, they partnered with somebody or something where now Square accepts a Bitcoin. I was asking one of their employees about this, and they were aware that it's happened, but they couldn't unfortunately show me like an example of them actually doing it. But this is how early we are. That to no offense to Square or anything, but the employees aren't even aware of how to use Bitcoin in their own products. Soon in the future, which I mentioned to this person, was this guy was saying the fact that we got into a discussion of like Bitcoin and stuff, and he was just saying, yeah, there's so many other assets. So this and that. I just said they're all crap coins, though. They're like other stocks that you can invest in. If you're interested in, I don't know, a project, yeah, cool, invest in it. But if you want raw money, Bitcoin's the way to go. So he wasn't really understanding that. He didn't really agree with it, I think. But I left it at that with him because I thought, you know what? I want to go buy some more stuff. But at the end of the day, that's how early we are. People can't even comprehend or understand Bitcoin and the use cases and how great it is. I was trying to teach him about the Lightning Network and that's how like it's all used and stuff. And I was showing him like wallet of Satoshi and like saying that this is the point of sale as well. I was just showing him comparisons. But I was at the bottom line that I basically said to him is that it's not even for your gen, it's for the gen after you. They're the ones which are going to start learning it in school. They're going to start getting education in Bitcoin. They're going to start understanding how to use these technologies, how to build their own nodes, how to build tech on it, and there's going to be more developers, etc. That's who it's for, because in the future it's going to be the norm. We're that early, so anybody that's a whole coiner, anybody that's a multi-hold coiner and that's hodling and stuff, you're going to be very, very wealthy in the future, or you're gonna have generational wealth that you're leaving your children. That's my opinion. Obviously, take that with a pinch of salt. That will do what you need to do. Anyways, if you didn't already know, I do consulting for people that are new to Bitcoin and new to trying to understand what the difference of Bitcoin and crypto is, how to do something called self-custody, and how to basically control your assets where there's no other third parties which can control any of your wealth. I do a lot of wealth retainment, and yeah, this is the kind of consulting I do. So do look at my website. Do try and book a workshop with me, and we can have a one-to-one. Anywho, if you did enjoy this video, please do consider subscribing, sharing this, following me on Rumble, and following me on X. And lastly, let's not forget, together, let's break free from the shackles of modern slavery. I'll see you all next time. Take care. Bye-bye.